Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to paint two mini paintings. One's going to be wet on wet and one is going to be wet on dry. Just like I do my TikTok lives, this is completely unplanned. I only know that that's what I'm going to do, wet on wet and wet on dry. I don't know if I'm going to do abstract florals with negative painting or just my regular abstract. I have no idea. So we will see. We will see. I do have my palette that I want to use and I want to show you. I actually launched my color cards, and so this is the color palette that I'm going to use today. And I launched my color cards this week, and I only have, I think, six color cards left. So if you want to order yours, check out my website. All right, so I am not even going to go over my supplies. I mean, I'll talk about the supplies as I go, as I paint, but I'm not going to show you exactly what beforehand. Let's just say that. All right, so I'm going to keep this dry. I'm going to wet this one. All right, so I have this Fusion brush by Yasutomo, and I'm going to wet my paper. Now, I don't worry about puddles. I don't worry about, oops, this was locked, unlocked. I don't worry about making puddles, nothing. I go with the flow. I'm too brave like that. So don't worry about it. If it's too puddly, there's a lot of water, it's fine. All right, so let's see. Actually, you know what? Maybe a swatch might be helpful to you guys. So let's just swatch it quickly. So I have a red. So I might have to add water to it again. So I'm going to. This is a Himi palette. It's watercolor. And I know on TikTok, most people didn't know that Himi had watercolor palette too. They usually have gouache. That's what they're known for. Actually, for this blue, I'm going to use this Indian Throne blue by Daniel Smith. So that's the blue, and they have this color. I don't know the colors, so I'm gonna call it like a kind of like magenta-ish color. And I know there's the glare you won't be able to see because I'm recording this at night. I just didn't have time. I'm going to use probably this blue mixed with this bluish green, and then get that color. I might add a bit more blue, and then I have this teal. Okay, so that's my color palette. That is what I'm going to use. Now let's go with the flow. And in all of my videos you will keep hearing that, so I apologize if that sounds annoying to you, but that's what I am. That's what I do. So this is the blue and the yellow, bluish green mix, kind of like tealish color, but this is dark teal, and this is, I don't even know what I will tell you the names maybe later on. So that's on wet on wet, and I'm going to use the same colors and on wet on dry. Okay, I will not be probably talking constantly unless I have to explain something, or just watch the process. Sometimes when people talk a lot, it just gets annoying, at least for me. So just just watch. So I added my blue. This is wet, and I'm gonna go with the red, a bit of red here, and then red here. If you watched my video from last week, you know that I'm not afraid. Was it last week? I don't even remember. I'm not afraid of making mud, so I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to use a lot of my fancy supplies. I will probably do a video if you guys want it on just using different supplies. Maybe that could be a series where I use different supplies and how I use those different supplies. Now, I have no idea how this is going to turn out because as you can see, it's happening right in front of you, right? Let's just move a little closer. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's just keep it here and then there. There we go. That's better. I think I want to add. All right, stop shaking. And if you guys ever have questions, feel free to ask me in the comments, or you can also email me. I'm pretty good at answering as quickly as I can. I should stop talking because sometimes I don't realize what I'm talking. Okay, I think I want to use the back of my brush because I need some texture. This is too flat for me. So I'm just gonna go with my brush. See, like, you don't need fancy supplies. You just, if you have a brush, you can use the back of your brush. I think I'm gonna add some tentacles. Look how much water I have here, and it does not bother me. Maybe it bothers some of you, but it does not bother me. Now here is my dry, wet on dry painting. Now if you do paint, if you do paint along, if you do the exact same thing is fine, but try and use, try and add something that's yours, so you don't have to copy exactly like mine. Like, add something that is truly yours. So that will give you the confidence to keep going, and then you won't have to just copy. You won't be stuck on just copying from other people. So always have something, and that could be a mark, like a simple mark that could be yours. I don't know, something. I don't know what that something is. That's up to you to find it. But find something. Now you can already tell this wet on wet, it's like so soft, right? And then this one has hard edges and clear like distinction, but here it's all soft. It's blending beautifully, and I'm not rushing. I'm just going, with the flow. Even though I'm recording and I feel like, oh my gosh, everybody's going to listen to my ramblings and whatnot, I'm still gonna go with my flow. Like, if that annoys you, fast forward or mute the video, because you don't really need to hear me talk. You just need to look at the process. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one. Now, if you are interested in learning more or getting, like, if you want feedback from me, I also teach, which you guys already know probably now. I teach on Zoom bi-weekly on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you can't join me live, you can always buy the recordings. I have a fun little group that meet on Mondays. So that's my plug about my workshops. And I have for this painting or these paintings, I am not going to use indigo because this Indian Throne blue is pretty dark, and as you can see, like, this kind of became wet on wet because I'm painting, although I started with wet on dry, everything is wet. I have not used my heat gun even once, so it's kind of wet on wet to be honest, but at least we started with wet on dry. And then make sure, like the techniques that I showed you last week, keep looking through your camera, and that will tell you what your painting needs or doesn't need. Okay, so keep looking. There is my Indian Throne blue. It's such a beautiful color. I'm telling you, you should get this color if you don't have it in your palette. You should definitely get. This is by Daniel Smith. Okay, I think that's good enough. Good enough go. That's good enough go. I had a PD, I think 3-4 years ago, and this person came for a professional development, and this speaker, and this is her thing. It's good enough go. If it's good enough, just keep going. It doesn't have to be perfect, and that actually applies here. It doesn't have to be perfect. If it's good enough, you go with it. All right, I think I like it. I like this white space here. I like the white space here, so I'm not gonna mess with that. I, however, want to add some marks, so I'm just using the back of my brush. Okay, and there you go. Okay, now we're going to dry this, and let's see. Okay, so my paintings are dry now, and look at the way this dried and look at the way this dried. This dried a lot lighter and a lot softer than the one on this side, which was wet on dry, and this one was wet on wet. So you can pick your preference. I love them both, but I could go on and add a bit more Indian Throne blue on this one, and then later on add the other colors. But for right now, I think I'm okay. I'm not going to add anything to this. Now eventually, like, I would add, maybe I can add it right now. I wasn't going to add any marks, but you know what, might as well. Let's just look at it. So I love these Stabilo crayons. They are they are so much fun to draw with. I use them for marks, and there you go. Okay, and then I'm going to add, my marks are simple, like I just go with the dots and some dashes and whatnot, nothing fancy. So I did my sketchbook challenge, sketchbook revival challenge. My class was on Saturday, April 18th, and so many people loved it. So if you subscribed to my YouTube channel from that challenge, welcome and thank you for liking my work and for posting your work and for tagging me. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is gonna look absolutely amazing on this side because the Indian throne blue is very pretty, very dark, very it's a high contrast on this one. Doesn't matter, I still love both of them. And then a little bit here. Okay, so that's that. And then maybe you know what, maybe I want to add some white botanicals. I'm using Grabby's acrylic markers, my current favorite, instead of using Posca pens. So this is a little crooked, but it's fine. Let's make this a little crooked too. There you go. And then maybe a third one. So third one here. There you go. I think I like it. What else do we need? I think I'm gonna add some black little tiny leaves or seeds. And when you add marks, don't just because the red is just in this part doesn't mean you have to add your marks to just that part. Okay, just go out, color outside the lines. Now I don't know why I added the black dots here, but felt like doing it. All right, so there you go. And there's one more thing that I have not done, which is my gold. And I think for the gold, I am going to use my, what brush do I want to use? I want to use this stroke brush. This is called a stroke brush. And I'm just gonna add and then maybe soften it. Because I don't like hard edges, and then okay. I'm gonna use my non-dominant hand, and then there you go. I don't know if this was a good idea to do it, but I felt like doing it, so I did it. Good or bad, it's okay. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Right. Like I said, I don't want to use too many supplies and overwhelm you. So that's that. When I do just a video with supplies, then we'll use more supplies, right? Okay, so I'm gonna just take this tape off and show you the paintings. And this probably took me about, what, 20 minutes? So you, for sure, you have 20 minutes. Not at one time, but you can break that 20 minutes into 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and paint. All right, so wet on dry, wet on wet. Tell me in the comments which one's your favorite. I like them both. I do like the soft blending of this one, and this one holds the shape more. This one is nice and soft. So I think I prefer this one, but let me know which one do you like. We use the same color palette, but they are both different. They look different, at least to me. So if you have any questions or any suggestions for our next video, please let me know in the comment below. You have no idea how much of a hard work it is to come up with a topic. It's like, you know, cooking, where like, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. It's kind of like that. So let me know in the comments below, please. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.